So now that the rear end is basically done, the radiator is mounted, the fuel cell I'm going to leave for now, but I'm going to do 4 bolts for that on the outside of that with some nutserts. Got to take everything back off again, paint it all, get all of that done. But in the meantime, and something I am absolutely horrible at, is making a gigantic mess because I have Project ADD and I'm constantly jumping from one thing to another, and I never finish just one thing because I'm waiting for something to come in the mail, or I need to modify something, or I need to go buy something from the store, or whatever. All my excuses for a insanely messy shop. So I'm going to clean up the front. I'm going to push the car out. I'm going to clean up in here, and then I'm going to push it back in and continue onwards. Once again, playing the waiting game for a bunch of stuff to come in parts wise. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the fuel cell after some feedback I got from the internet. It looks like I'm going to go ahead and not weld the actual weld-in cage into there. I'm going to bolt it in, and it is going to be as far back towards the diff as it can possibly go for weight distribution purposes, so saith the internet. So I'm going to listen to that one, and that way we could take it off if we need to, slide it back, take it out, service the diff, put it back in, and it's not too big of a deal since it's got that big radium connector plug. Everything should just come off and we can take it out. That's the whole point, is making this serviceable. All right, got the nutserts in on all 4 corners. Now I just need to bolt tabs on, and then I'm going to weld those to this cage. So that way this thing should be pretty easily removable. And just like that, radiator is now bolted in fully, and the fuel cell is now bolted in. So that's 4 bolts. That'll slide back. It'll come out if it needs to. It'll give room to get to the diff. I like it. Happy accidents. All about it. So I'd also like to make this removable. The side skirt's removable from this, and the front bumper. So I'm going to do nutserts into each one of these and actually have these just be Allen heads so I can get them out. I'm going to use more this time so it holds it closer to the body, since it's not going to be molded obviously. So got 2 more there, and then that one's just going to be a regular bolt probably because it's underneath the side skirt. I think that one's right above it. So yeah, now I got to do all the rest of those where they're marked out, and do the other side. And there you have it. An excessive amount of fasteners to hold that on, but at least it's smooth to the body. And I gave it the old pinch technique where you push the bottom end just a little bit to get this to come out just a smidge, but that fitment's pretty spot on. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of these things. This one is going to go here, and that's just going to be a bolt going through. So yeah, now I just got to do the other side painstakingly. Got the side plexi all marked up. That is going to go like that. Gonna cut that inner square out with the old jigsaw and then rivet that in, and then that's gonna be ready to go. See, it's this loud. That's not too loud, huh? So here's where having a little bit of extra material comes in real handy. I'm gonna have to recut this quarter window out because I don't like how it looks parallel with this bottom line. It's straight up and down, but I would probably like it more if it was rotated like that. But that's just me. Also, it's too far over and the hose wouldn't be able to go on because of the roll cage gusset right there. So I'm gonna have to move it this way, and this is why I'm only doing one. I'm glad I didn't do the other one yet. So I gotta recut this thing out and do it again. Are you being a good helper today? Good answer, dude. High five. High five. Okay, a high face will work. I'll take that. What do you got? Snacks? Okay. Got this thing all marked up. That's the center. Gonna have 2 holes right there. Gonna fill those up. Gotta drill 2 more bigger ones. Should be good to go. Plus, it's got a rubber grommet on there to seal to the hose, which it never had before, and a hose clamp, which it also never had before. So again, bit of downtime before stuff comes in the mail. So today I'm gonna try to tackle these things, the dzus tabs, so I can make my back window thing and the side windows quick release so you can get to the battery or whatever you need to get to back there, because it's a pain to get through the seats when they're in there. So basically these things are riveted on to the Plexi. It's an 1/8 inch thick Plexi that I'm using, and I rivet that on backwards so that there's minimal sticking up there. And then this has one singular washer underneath it. That's just a self tapper for now, but it's going to be actual hardware holding that down, a nut and a bolt with some Loctite. And then you drill a big hole there to match that one, and you pop that in and you clip it down. And then I'm trying to do corner, 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 and then 1 on the top and then 2 on the bottom, and then 1 here, 2 here, possibly 1 on each side. And then that should hold those in absolutely fine. And then that'll be quickly removable if we ever need to get anything. Again, between the nut certs here to get the whole rear end off, the side skirts, everything else, the pop releases that I have on there, I want to make this so that I can take the whole entire car apart as quickly as possible, just in case I need to. And this is just adding to that. I just need to run to the hardware store and get some hardware to actually hold those in so that they'll bolt down, and then lay the glass on here, get to drilling. So I got the glass taped up, and now I'm just marking where the rivet holes are going to go and where the big hole is going to go for the actual stud. When I do the big hole, I'm just going to drill all the way through with the 1/8 inch bit, so that way I can put the posts on once that's done. But I want to get these 4 done so that the thing is solid, so that when I actually bend this over, it's in the correct place. So that's what's next. Got 4 of them in. So the base 4 that are now going to hold this thing in place while I bend this over and get 1 in on the corners. And then I'll probably do 1 in the middle and then 1 in the middle up top. I don't think it actually needs it, but I mean, I have them, so why not use them? And then there's going to be 1 on the corner here, and that's it. And then 1 on the corner there, and that's it. And then this thing's going to be dialed. Got them all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the back. Contour's nice. Stays pretty sealed. I'm probably going to have to run a bar because that's pretty floppy right there. So I'll probably run some 1-inch strap here and there and weld that in. Otherwise, it works pretty good. I just got them in their final places so I could actually drill the holes to do the rivets. But lots and lots and lots of adjustment. So playing with washers underneath these things. So to bring these up and down on the 1/8 inch to make sure that they fit was a challenge getting the angles right. So since everything's different ways, it was difficult to get the actual angles correct. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that as it sits. So I'm gonna go ahead and rivet these things in, and then that'll be that. So now that the riveting is done, I can attempt to put this thing on for the first time, and hopefully it works. It's all yet to be determined. It may be a difficult task to get this thing on, so I'm going to use two hands. Okay, so all of them but one went in. I need a clearance up there for the rivets because it's just a little bit too tall, but the rest of them went in really well, which is a surprise for first try. Let's definitely do the rivets upside down. I know it's uglier on the top, but it'll save you a lot of headache down the road. Otherwise, you'll have to drill another set of holes for each one of the rivets to go through on the other side. So otherwise, it's pretty solid. It's more solid than it was, but I'm still probably going to brace it in the middle because this is thinner than the old Plexi that I was using. But I'm going to do a real-time uninstall so I can see how fast or not it is to get off. Definitely faster than rivets, regardless. Okay, I clearanced just a little bit for all of the rivets, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier to go in. And I am going to see how long this is going to take or not to put in. So we shall see. It's definitely faster to take off, but putting it back on is a whole different ballgame. Clearance that one a little bit more. Still not working. Okay, and other than that one, that's pretty much it. That's back in. That's a minute. So that's cool. Takes about 30 seconds to get off and about a minute to put on. That is way better than rivets. Oh my goodness. I also got the sides mounted, and just so everybody knows, I was torn between lining it up with this bottom line or this line parallel, and decided to go with this line. I did the first one. I had to recut the window. I didn't like it clocked that way because anyway. Also got the quick latches done here. There's 4 of those holding it on. It's pretty solid. I think it's going to be absolutely fine. Now I just need to do the other side, and all the back windows will be done. So today's task, now that the windows are done, is to get the ECU mounted. She's a big boy, but I think I figured out a solution. Tear the chassis. Oh yeah, there we go. Basically, let me zoom out a little here. The plan is going to be to mount this like yonder up there, and then brace it back to the rest of the chassis to give it a little more stability. Be easy to plug in, and then the PMU will just go straight below that. So yeah, basically just took some 3/4 inch tube, rounded off the ends on one side, and then left a little bit of room for wiggle. And then I'm going to weld those up there. And then just got some nut certs and attached it onto this plate that I got off eBay for like 60 bucks. It's perfect. All right, ECU mounted. It's got those to help with stability, and then the PMU is gonna be rib nutted in right there. Everything is gonna be in this area. Should be nice, tight, and clean. And I like that the ECU has plenty of room to breathe. It's not mounted to any really hard surfaces, so it's got airflow all around it, which is great. And yeah, cooking with oil. Got the Smart Wire Race Pack PMU mounted. I put a rubber isolator underneath it. The Holly comes with rubber feet already to whatever surface you decide to mount it to, so that's pretty cool. Figured I'd just make one for this since this one has it. Why not put that one, give it a little bit of vibration dampening. Now I'm just going to mount the Holly up and we're going to be good to go. The Holly and the PMU, whoa, super zoom, are mounted and looking fresh. So all the wiring is going to come down from here. All the plugs, they go in that yonder area. Should be easy to merge with the PMU. And then we can tie it all back up and put it on the roll cage if need be, but much, 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 much cleaner than before. Super stoked to see what this Dominator can actually do once we get it on the dyno. Lots of cool features. CAN bus, stuff that this car has never had, especially even from the factory. It didn't even have OBD2 since it's an 89, but we're gonna have all sorts of cool stuff to play with, so I'm excited.